Hello everybody, we're back and hey look, it's this is one of my servers. I guess you call it like one of the 7 wonders of the world, Kylie of the Nameless, AFK, for years now, and I mean years. Like when this this expansion, the Shadow Odyssey, went live, this person has just been standing here. Let's take a look at her. Oh, she's level 77 still. Wow. Still got all that crappy armor on? Oh, it's not bringing up the examine window. Well, enough of that. Anyways, we're going to Kylong Plains today because we got a lot of stuff to do. Well, a lot of stuff to do that we haven't done yet, that we should have done because I was too busy doing other stuff with this guy. Remember, we were doing stuff like, what were we doing? Cebalus and in that one place, Chardock, and some other places like that. Well, we still got a whole bunch of stuff down there that we didn't touch, like all the base zones. So let's take a look at this. Kunark. Woo, look at that. That's Kunark. We haven't done this. We haven't done this. We haven't done this part right here, which isn't on the map because you can't take a bell there. And we haven't even done this, but we're going to go here today. Level 65 to 70. So let's check it out. But yeah, there's Kylie of the Nameless. And there's my phone ringing. Yay! I wonder what telemarketer's going to be this time. I don't actually care. Oh wait, that's not a telemarketer. I recognize that number. Yeah. Alright, so this is Kylong Plains. Bell. Big docks. Boats from Antonica and Common Lands come over here and dock. This is Antonica side, that's the Common Land side. No one uses the boats anymore because they're not necessary, so we won't worry about those. Now, we're not going to run to every little nook and cranny in the zone because, as you can see, it's a pretty big zone. Whoosh. Whoosh. Oh, and there's this part up here, too. So, I mean, it's a pretty big zone. Alright, so this is the Fins and Nassar post. This is the Kylong. Well, here, I'll just show you. Oh, actually, we do need to stop here for a moment. Alright, right here. Bourbon Happens and Jones, that's his assistant. If you don't have your Soko car yet, this is where you come to get them. Trade skill, adventure. It's a short series of quests, like 4, maybe 5 quests. He will send you over by Karnor's castle, deal some Drollvarg, and she will send you up to Terran's Grasp. It's a city way up there, and you'll do stuff like make bolt cutters and stuff like that so they can mount a rescue operation for their captured Soko car. So that's where you go for a Soko car. Hey look, it's that thing. Yay. Soko car post. Alright, let's see what we got here.
Good hunt to you.
Thanks, buddy, except you're not a Karen, so why are you talking like a Karen? Yeah, it's, again, lazy Sony stuff. You know how that goes. Alright, so Fins and Nassar post, Kunzar's Edge post, Terran's Grass post, the Heightened post, and Jarsas Waste. And as the name implies, yeah, that's where you go to if you want to go to Jarsas Waste. This is not where you go if you want to go to Kunzar, because Kunzar's way over here somewhere. This is just a little outpost. I don't know why it's called Kunzar's Edge. Okay, so we're obviously here. Karnor's Castle's right there. And we're going to go over here first, Fins and Nassar post, because I want to show you where one of the raid mobs is. Alright, so here's this little ruined area with these skeleton dudes. There's the lake with stuff in it, and there's like leeches and stuff in the river, so be careful. Drollvarg Central right over here. Lots of Drollvargs. Look at them roaming around like they just own the place. Well, they actually do. Karnor's Castle, everyone. It's going to start raining if we get closer. Soko car doesn't want to get closer. Closer, I'm sorry. Man. And there's a dead dragon down there. I don't know who that is. It's just a dead dragon. Head-wise, it looks kind of like Wuxi, but it's not Wuxi. I'm fairly confident that that's not where I kicked his ass. And here we have a nice little encampment of Ixar. They're fishing and stuff. They're Cytherians, and they're not your friends. The Cytherian Empire has no friends, only future victims. And if you look up there, see the bridge there, and there's also another one on the other side. That is the Fortress of Varus, not to be confused with the old TurboGrafx game of the same name. Although if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably take the old TurboGrafx game because it was cooler than that little fortress. It's not. I don't even know how to describe it. It's not really a fortress. It's like a hallway with like a couple of rooms attached on either side. So yeah. All right. So we came up here. That's where you go if you want to go to the Finns and Nassar. Okay. But we're not going to go that way. No. no. We're going to run down the road here, and I'm going to show you where one of the raid mobs of Kunark can be found. Let's see if I can see him from here. Oh, wait. That might be him right there. I am good. Check that out. Did you see that? Did you? I hope you saw that. If you didn't see that, you're either like got a monitor problem or I suppose you could just be listening to me babble in the background. That's a possibility. Anyways, yeah, level 83, Epic times 4, Dominus, a tree, one of the 4 sons of Veneral Sathir. This is the guy who made the Sarnak and the Sokokar and all. He's like the mad scientist, bioengineer dude from the Sathirian Empire. He's like, brah. He roams this area, as you can see. And so, yeah, if you come through here, you know, at a like level, he will probably maybe come running up and hit you with his stick. Unless you stay over there. There's Varus, by the way. See, a little bridge over there. Yeah. There's some gorillas over there, and Kunzar's Edge is an outpost that is just barely visible over there. See those statues? Okay, if you keep going that way, there's a road, and it comes down around this. Well, you can see those 2 trees there, I think. The post is like up on the cliffside here. And there's like, it's a tiny outpost. I mean, tiny outpost. It basically features like that tower. It's got a tower. There's like a tent over on one side. There's some NPCs in the tower. They give you quests, which are generally come over here and disrupt the Sathirian activities. They want you to come over around here by these statues and kick some ass. They want you to go over here where the Yale have their little village. It's all along the coast right here. They'll want you to come over here and play with these leeches. There's also a temple over on the other side of those trees over there. Again, it's kind of like Varus. It's like a hallway with a room at the end. It's not like a big outpost or anything like that. It's tiny. Just saying. So yeah, that's that side of Kunzar. I'm not Kunzar, of Kylong. There's Varus right here in the middle. See those bridges on the either side here. So yeah, it's like a strategic outpost, and it's not all that exciting. Alright, Karnar's Castle is this big monstrosity here, so why don't we go check that out real fast. A quick flyby. Well, I guess we'll do a flyby of Varus while we're here because it's right there. All the real action is up in here. There's where the fort. Mouse, can you stop that? It's right there. That's the fortress. There's the hallway I was talking about. It's like a cave system. There's a big bridge. There's another cave system right over here. Again, tiny stuff, nothing to be excited about. Hey! Check it out, Cobra! So yeah, go Joe. Anyways, the point being, this is Varus. It's not much of a point. Alright, so we got some wyverns over here, and we're going to run into Drollvarg all over the place, because they like are all over the place. There's a little tower, yeah, that thing right there, that little outpost-ish thing. That is taken over by the Order of Rime, which is a Destiny of Velius faction. Although they were introduced before Destiny of Velius because they were kind of a prelude to Destiny of Velius. Anyways, they're a group of high caliber assholes who love enchanted ice and cold magic and stuff, and they're looking for stuff. I'm not exactly sure what they're looking for, but they're looking for it. They're headed by Kratok, the Frost Giant. He's an asshole too. I don't know much about them. I've done the timeline for the pre-Velius stuff, but I haven't actually done all the quests with them in Velius, so I don't know if they tell us more about them apart from they're assholes, and they don't like the Coldane, they don't like the dragons, and they're assholes. That pretty much sums it up. Yeah, that sums it up there. There's going to be some goblins around here. Little pockets of them here and there. Lots of them over in this area. Drollvarg roaming all over the place. There are Drachnid up the butt over here. There's a cave system in that little mountain right there. It's well, it's just a cave system filled with Drachnid, but there is a name in there. What was her name? Zalthera, I think. Let's zoom it in. Yeah, there she is. Widow Mistress Zalthera, not to be confused with Tyrese, the web mistress or whatever the hell her name was. She's the raid one. We don't worry about her. This one in there is just a 73 single up, no big deal. But she's worth AA, so if you want to go in there and kick her ass, or if you want Drachnid lore, that's a good place to go. There are also more Order of Rime on this side of that rock there. This whole area here used to just be overrun with Drachnid, but then the Rime showed up and they started kicking everything's ass because that's what they do. So, yay. See, it's raining just like I said it would be, but you guys didn't believe me. Now, I do want to talk about something else. There is a new type of collection in Kunark. There are 3 of them, actually. One of them can be found here in Kylong. It's a static collection. It's those little pages that you find every now and then. But these pages are different. There should be one right over here, actually, by these rocks. They don't move. That's the thing about them. They're always you always know where to find them because they don't move around. There's one, set for stun. This should be page 6. Notice how it doesn't have an exclamation point. It says a scattered page. That denotes that it's part of a special collection because there are still page collections that you can find out here that are normal. But this one is a scattered page, and it's going to be number 6. Behold, scattered page 6. As I said, they're static. They don't move around. Although, okay, there's a caveat. A scattered page 3, it does actually move around, kind of like it spawns over on like that direction of the map. Anyways, like this would be its normal spot, and it sometimes will spawn like right here. I don't know why. It's kind of stupid that it does that. I personally think it was just a placement error. Whoever was placing it probably accidentally placed it twice. But yeah, so it's way up here. Right, in fact, right here. It's even okay. See, scattered page 3, and then alternate location. Yeah, it's like they're right on top of each other. Mostly it's always in this spot, but once or twice I've seen it over there. But again, it's like, the distance between me and this giant. It's like, hey, what's up? So anyways, those pages, what you do is you collect all 8 of them. There are 8. You take them to a collection NPC, and then you will be given a tome. Like in the case of this one, the scattered pages here are for the mysterious red tome. They'll give you the mysterious red tome, which you then examine, and it gives you another quest, which is to go find an NPC somewhere out here and do a little dinky quest for that NPC, and in exchange they will teach you a language. The 3 languages are Dizok. Remember, I am a Sarnak, but I'm not a Dizok. It's a special faction of Sarnak. Yeah, well, that's how you learn Dizok. You have to talk to Emissary Glock. He is over by the Heighten. This is the Heighten right here, and Emissary Glock is right here on the other side of this chasm. This is a chasm, this blue stuff. I don't know why it looks like a blue slushy, but yeah, anyways. The other 2 are found in the Fens of Nassar. One is for the Black Tome, one's for the Green Tome, and they are respectively Cytherian, the Cytherian Empire, and Froke, which is another Froglock tongue. Froke. There, I'm speaking Froke, in case you're wondering. Froke. And that's an obnoxious quest, because you have to deal with, well, I won't spoil it. It's an obnoxious quest. Alright, so now we're going to go this way real fast. Alright, so there's that dead dragon, and there's also a little outpost of NPCs just up here, kind of where my crotch is. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that. We go up here, and there's also a path that takes us to the northern edge of the Rygesium Peaks. Now that white stuff on the map up there, it's all snow-covered mountain caps there, and it's really cool, and yeah, it's really great. Anyways, you can cross through these mines right here, which, by the way, is a good place if you want to do some mining because, well, they're mines. You can also cross through these caves. This one's right here by the Druid Ring and the Wizard Spire, which is, well, Terran's Grasp. This is like the Kelethin / Kinos / whatever the hell of this it's a city. It's a neutral city. It's also built in the middle of a Wizard Spire. So there is a Wizard Spire, there is a Druid Ring just outside the city, there's also a Sokokar post, but the bell, of course, is all the way down here. So it's not as convenient as it could be. But it's also, nestled in the mountains. They are, the Terran's Grasp residents are kind of caught between the Dizok and the Cytherian Empire. They're fighting. And they are worried that they just might be noticed someday because they do have this encampment over here. This little outpost on the docks pretty noticeable compared to a hidden city in the mountains. And then of course they have these other little outposts that are set up which are keeping an eye on things to make sure that they don't get noticed, because as long as the Cytherian Empire, Varus and Karnor's castle, are busy fighting Chardok, they're not coming over there and kicking in the door. But if they do notice the Terran's Grass residents, either one will probably turn and attack them to deal with a potential threat / source of slaves, and they kind of like to know about that before it happens. So yeah, strangely enough, they've never actually advanced that little plot line there like they did with Greater Fadark. They used to hint that the Crushbone Orcs were going to mount this great offensive, and lo and behold, one day, update, now the Kelethin's burning because Crushbone Orcs mounted their offensive. And, well, Kelethin found it pretty offensive. But they never did that with this. Surprised they haven't. In fact, I kind of expected them to with Kunark Ascending, but again, they didn't. So, no. Well, at least, I don't know, I haven't picked up Kunark Ascending, but I don't see anything going on around here. So, anyways, let's go through the mines. See, ore. You also find stone nodes in here too, geodes. We're just going to run through here. Here's the Dizok. Oh, what is that? It's a thingy, and I probably already have it, but I'm going to try. Oh, I don't have it. Yes! Yes! Man, my mouse is like really sensitive today, and I don't know why. Luckily, though, I did finally fix my other problem. Without going into massive details, I'm just going to say that Windows 10 was once again being really fucking retarded, and long story short, it reinstalled my bad hard drive that I uninstalled, but my bad hard drive is physically gone. It's not in my system anymore. So it went into my device driver and installed a driver for a hard drive that's not there, and it's been trying to access that drive ever since until I figured out what the problem was and fixed it. That's why I couldn't do things with, like, deleting or renaming files, and EQ wouldn't shut down. It would just sit there forever shutting down, but it never would actually shut down. I'd have to go into Task Manager and wait like 10 minutes. It's really annoying. But we're on the other side of the mountains now, so yay, we're on this part of Kylong. Alright, we got giants over here. This is their hold, Keratin Hold, I think it's called. Keratin? Yeah, Keratin. It's a hole in the ground. There's also those pages. You can find them around here. So we got the Arbor Giants. They're doing their thing over here. And if we look to the left, like so, we can just kind of not really make out the Heightened, but it's over there, trust me. Well, everything's kind of foggy, so it's kind of hard to see. Let's get a little closer. Yeah, see, Keratin Hold. This is the giant stronghold. Again, it's just like a big hole in the ground with some tents and cabins or whatever. No big deal. Okay, this huge hollow log is the bridge that crosses this chasm here. That's the Heightened. See that big petrified hive? Yeah, that's the Heightened Outpost. There's also a little there's the Sokokar post for it. Little quest hub. That's all these outposts are. There's quest hubs. Okay, so what we got here? We got a chasm. Down at the bottom of that chasm, we got flesh feeders. They're like carnivorous plants. Down there, it's that little ledge. Another Dizok outpost in that chasm. See, I told you this was a chasm. It looks like a blue slushy on the map, but it's a chasm. Okay, so yeah, here's the Heightened. So let's take a quick look around here. Emissary Glock, he is cross that bridge and hang a right. He's over there somewhere. He's the guy for that language quest I mentioned. Okay, so what we have here, oh, there's a worm. In Talon the Old, that was his name. I was trying to remember his name the other day. I couldn't remember. You got some name stuff out there. There's Granite Root. He's a treant, a named one, like in Talon there. And then him, he's a worm. And as you can see, when I say worm, I'm not talking about things that crawl on the ground. I'm talking about like dinosaur dragons. That's a worm. Not to be confused with a wyvern. There's also some over there. There's a couple of caves in that area. They're the worm caves. They're just like, again, it's a big room. You go through the cave, it's a big room, and there's a couple of worms in there. Woo. Anyhow, if you go over there, there is a hive, a wasp hive. Notice the petrified hive. Yeah, it's one of those. They're up in the trees. They've got like these. Well, let's go take a look at it. Rather than describe it, I'll just go fly over there real fast. See, there's the wasps. There's the honey grubber. He's a named goblin who runs around getting chased by wasps because apparently he pissed off the wasps. Not that it's hard to piss off wasps, because wasps, as we all know, are assholes. Yeah, see, here's the honey snot. You climb that. I know you think I'm crazy for saying something like that, but watch. Behold, honey snot. Now, we're going to go take a look inside the caves. Or not the caves, the hives. There are a couple of them around here. Just look for the honey. You can climb up inside it. If you do the quest line in the Heightened, they're going to send you over here looking for like these mysterious entities. I can't remember if you can see them if you're not on the quest or if you need a special piece of headgear to see them. But anyways, they're inside here. Whoa! Check out that honeycomb. It sure is big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, anyone get that reference? Because if no one got that reference, I will be very, very sad. So, yeah. Let me know if you got that reference. But yeah, see, check it out. There's the hives. And like I said, there's a bunch of them. You got to go inside of them and look for stuff. Neat stuff there. Honey grubber, he roams around here. You'll see him screaming while the wasps are chasing him around. He's just a named encounter. Nothing exciting. We got some gorillas over here. Silverback, he's a named gorilla. Yeah. And there's the Heightened again right there. Okay, so without actually flying over to it, because that'll take time and it's kind of just a waste of time to do it, honestly. I'm going to point out some places. Okay. The Heightened is right here. That giant hold is right over there. So you cross over this chasm. You can go the long way, or I suppose you could fly if you're awesome like me. So what else is out there? Well, like I said, we got like, in Talon the Old. And then over there you got Granite Root somewhere. He roams around. Some treants. I don't see Granite Root himself. But anyways, if you go that way... Wait, which direction am I facing? North. Yeah. Okay, so angle it just a little more this way. This is Chardock. I remember when I ran Chardock. Okay, there's a road here. You can just barely see it on the map, maybe. See, there's a Sokokar post for the Jar South Waste, and there is the zone in for the Jar South Waste. So if you just keep going this way down the road, you'll go to Jar South Waste. If you go this way, you'll come to Chardock. There's also some Order of Rime right here. If you do the timeline, I believe this is the last place they send you in this zone. And then they'll either send you to Jar South or to the Fens, one of the two. I can't remember which one comes next. Here are those caves I mentioned. They don't go anywhere. They're just, again, rooms with some worms in them. Goblins in the trees out here, and again, more worms, of course. Let's see, what else did I wanted to point out? Okay, Dizok. A lot of Dizok over here. But there are also Sarnak over here, but they are not the Dizok. These are the Selnok. If you go into the Jar South Waste, the primary faction of Sarnak over there are also Selnok. The Selnok Sarnak, not the Dizok Sarnak. If you do the timelines through these areas, you might want to not befriend the Selnok yet, because the timeline will have you go into some of their... They have little towers over here, just like the towers outside of Chardock. These are manned by the Selnok. These are manned over here, are manned by the Dizok. They will send you over to these towers, and you will have to kill Selnok, which of course will hurt your faction with them. Not too much, but still it doesn't make sense to build your faction up so that they're non-hostile and then go kill them and make them hostile again. So you might want to do the timeline first and then worry about building your faction with them. Just, a little word of advice. Okay, see quest hub, see the quill pins. Yeah, they're all inside the Heightened. Here, let me show you the Heightened. I didn't actually go inside, so let's just show it to you real fast. You go up this little log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. And here's the Heightened, which is better than bad because it's good. That being said, we're going to fly over to Terran's Grasp, so keep your eyes open. Eye on the prize, folks, eye on the prize. We are going back into the Rygesium Peaks, the southern side, and we're going to Terran's Grasp. Oops. This is the Rygesium Peaks, this little white area, the powdered sugar portion of the map. Yeah, that's where we're going. Alright, so we'll be flying by this chasm. Woo. You can go down the chasm. There's like a little ramp down up here. Like I said, lots of flesh feeders and stuff like that down there, so yay. Or you can just, bypass it completely. There's a bunch of skeletons over on this side too, part of that red mysterious tome. Charnax is right over here. That's one of the towers. Wait, no, not right over there. It's actually right up here in front of me. Okay, we're going to be going through this cave here, which will take us to Terran's Grass, but there are Yeti caves down this way. They're more of a cave system. This is just a tunnel. See? Tunnel. Hoo-ha. Alright, so we're coming out. Now, ahead of us and to the left, you will see the Druid Ring in a moment. When we come out of the cave, that is. Here we go. So, right there, actually. Druid Ring. This is a road. Yes, you can easily get to Terran's Grasp on foot. It's not difficult at all. There are not too many aggro creatures. There's a path that leads along the cliff side by a beautiful waterfall. Very nice place. Hey, look! There's the spire. Okay? And if you look up, you see the pylons of the spire. Pylons. See Terran's Grasp built inside the town teleportation nexus. Got buildings with stuff. Each building has like a theme. Like this one over here, I believe, was the Arcane Research Building, and I don't remember what this building is. Let's just go inside and look real fast. But yeah, see, and they all look kind of the Hall of Conviction. So this is like the Divine Building. Purveyor of Strange Armor. Hey, look, this is a Burn-Eye. Check it out. They're little badger dudes. See, he's a badger. That's the Burn-Eye. They also have a lore and legend, but it's a complete and utter pain in the ass to do because, they like never, ever want to drop their pieces because they're jerks. And, of course, if you want to talk to the leader of Terran's Grasp, you need to talk to Terran himself, and he is up here. Again, there's like, a staircase that goes around here, so, just roam around. You'll find it. Or you can fly if you're awesome like me, because, I'm awesome. So we go in here and we talk to Terran. As you can see, it's a little hodgepodge collective of different types of people. We got a Sarnak out front. We got an Ixar right over there. We got Cairns. We got ogres. We got trolls. We got everything. And then there's Terran himself. He is a paladin. Yeah, High Elf Paladin. Look at him. He's all check me out, guys. High Commander of the Forgotten, and they're trying to keep it that way. Being forgotten, I mean. So yeah, that is Kylong Plains. So I guess we'll just finish it up and go back to the docks, and I will show you that little path I was talking about. I'm not going to actually run it because that would take a little bit of time that we don't really want to waste. So we'll just fly it down, and I will point it out to you as we go by. This is where you take the Soko car when you actually are doing the Soko car quest. He gives you the Soko car. That guy there.
Hail!
Alright, so we're going down to Dreg's Landing. Woohoo, let's do this. And that's the majority of Kylong Plains. So now we have the Finns and Jarseth. I love Jarseth, by the way. It's a cool place. Right, so you follow this little path here. And you'll notice the path branches up ahead. If you go this way, it just kind of loops around those Yeti caves. Notice the Yeti. If you go this way, this is the path that you want to take to go down to the docks. There's the waterfall I mentioned. Air elementals and these guys. I believe the Yeti are hostile, but the air elementals aren't, so you should be okay. And here is that path. See? Out there's a statue for Prexis if you're doing a particular quest. If you're a swashbuckler looking for an epic update, you need to talk to a siren out on those rocks. I remember that part quite well. Behold. That's also where you finish up the quest. After you get your final update, you have to go back and turn it in. And here are the docks. So there you go. That's, in a nutshell, that's Kylong Plains. So next time, who knows where we'll be. I only did this because as I mentioned, we didn't actually do this before. We kind of forgot about it. So I don't want to get too into shard zones and forget about it again, because that would just be not good. So yeah. Next time, well, like I said, I don't know where we'll go. We'll just go somewhere, and it'll be exciting. And tune in on the next exciting episode. Anyways, peace out, everyone.